Hello students, today we will learn what is the difference between var, let, const variable declaration in nodejs. Although these keywords are part of your JavaScript programming, but as we are using JavaScript programs in nodejs, so it will be nice to have a clear concept about their utilization, their scope, their existence, and their operation in the program. And as I was regularly using these keywords in earlier programs, even you must have seen Node.js, whatsoever we have done, in earlier classes, there we have used these keywords. So today we will be knowing what is the, how the variable should be declared and what will be its scope by using these keywords. So let us start with the var keyword. So var, whenever you will be declaring your variable with a var keyword, that means the scope of that variable will be at the function level, and if you are defining it outside of that one, then it will become global for that one. Means it will be recognized to that particular part, I mean outside of that, and as well as inside of that function. Second, it allows redeclaration and reassignment of variable. So here I think it is little bit this can be confusing, and confusing in the sense, because here if you are declaring a variable, say x, with some value, assigning it some value, and after next statement, after printing it in the first statement, and again if you are declaring it with the new value, then I think it will be little bit confusing. Sometime it may the value which you are using in the calculation will differ, so your output cannot be as per your expectation, or either you will have to have a track of it. So redeclaration is a problem, please. So you will have to keep in mind that if you are using in your program regularly this thing. So then it is hoisted, means declaration of variable moved to top of the scope before execution of the code. So this is the third property. That means when you are writing here like var x equal to 5, what will happen, it will be moved means the variable for any kind of operation will be moved at the top of it. Top of it means here if you will write it like this, then it will be showing you undefined hosting, means variable will not be recognized, you know recognized or undefined. Then here let us see this program. So what exactly we are doing here, we have created one function var ex, and this function, this function is being called from the main. When it is being called, it will be coming up directly here. Once it has come here, then we are just printing it. So as per property of that, it is hoisted, means the declaration of variable moved to top of the scope before execution of the code. So that means here what it will be showing, it will be showing undefined here, because x has been hoisted before its initialization and other thing, and so here it is going to show you undefined. And now here we are declaring this x with a var keyword and assigning it value 5, and when we will print it, it will be showing me 5. But now think about it, let us do it in Visual Studio Code. There we will see what exactly what all differences we can see here, how the operation. Let us select my folder. So I'll select my folder here, nodejs, select it, and then here write a program. So I'll close it, and then I'll write here one programs, that is var let const.js. Now in this one, what I'll do, I'll create a function. So I'll write here function. My function is var ex, and in this one I will define this variable. Say I will write here var x equal to say 5, and I'll print it console dot log, and I'll print its value, say I'll print it x here, and then I'll just call it and run it. It will be var ex and terminate it, then run it here. So this is, save it and go to your terminal and type out node, then var ex, sorry, node, your file name is var let const.js. So what you got? You have got 5 here. So now let us do a little change here. So I'll print it before using. So console log and I'll print x. So and run it. Run it and then go again and try to run it. So now you can see there, see you have written there, you have used it without declaration and without initialization. That means the x variable has shown you undefined value. Undefined means it's not defined, this is telling you. But now this is one with the var. But now let us go, let us do one more thing in this. What I'll do, I'll again redeclare it, because you know as per the definition here I'll give it value 10, and now again I'll print it console dot log and I'll print value of x and run it. This is the this can create a problem for working, because sometimes if you are thinking with this value the whole program is going to give you something, and in between as it is giving you an opportunity of redeclaration, that means your output will be as per 10 not as per 5. So this can create a problem in calculations. So we should avoid such kind of situation. So redeclaration can be a problem, although reassignment will be as per depending as per calculations. But I think declaration means you are assigning space to your variable in the memory, and that can you know that can be a problematic. So now in the next one, now we can move to next. Now we can move to after var, the second one is here we have got let. What it does actually let. So in var you have to take care of the redeclaration. This is as per this. Okay. So now let us move to let. What let does? Let, the property of let, it is block level, means it is available within the loop block. If you are defining it in for loop, while loop, then it will be available in that one only. I mean it will, the existence of this variable will be inside that block. This is one. Either you can think of the for loop, or you can think of the if else loop. So if you are defining it inside the if else loop, so it will be available there only, and if you are defining inside the for loop, then that will be available. You can use it there, you can do operation, you can perform calculations, everything, but outside it will not be available, it will not be recognized. Then second, it does not allow redeclaration. This is a nice thing, that it know when there is no redeclaration, means no re-memory assignment, nothing will be there, but assignment will be there. Assignment means value can be reassigned. So how it will be you know how it will be doing, that we will see here. Then next is, it is hoisted, means declaration of variable moved to top of the scope before execution of code, but in temporary area before it gets initialized. It shows error of reference. So again, hoisting without without declaration, I mean like this as we are doing here. So again this is going to give you some error. So here what we are doing, we are declaring a variable y with the let keyword, assigning value 10 to it, and then we are printing it. It's a very simple example. But now let us see, if we do some changes, if we do redeclaration, then what happens there. So again let us go to VS Code, and in the VS Code we can see this time var ex, I'll go with let ex now. In the let ex, I'll call it with the let ex, And here what we see in the console.log, I have done the same thing. I'll put it let, and now I will leave it as it is. As it is means I'll put it let and see what error you are going to get. So you cannot redeclare it, so keep in mind please. So run it and see. So it has shown you some error. See here, it has shown you some error. What is that? Identifier X has already been declared. So you must from this you must understand that it has already been declared by some keyword, and that keyword will be either let or your const, not where, because where gives you an opportunity of redeclaration. So you should you should understand by that. So here, but I can do the reassignment. So here I'll do it in the same way, and I'll save it and I'll run this program again. So here I'll come down. I have changed that, I have removed that redeclaration, but I have reinitialized. So run it again, and this time I'll have to just a minute save it, but I can do reassignment. So clear this and do once again. Go to terminal. And now node where const and that one. Before this, let us remove this so that it will be clear what we have declared and how we are running it. So let ex and run it. Run it and see the output. So here we have got 5 and 10. Then this is, your program is working fine because redeclaration is acceptable in case of let. Now we will because again it will also be hoisted, means the code will move at the top of the your program. Then here again, if we will run it like this, you will get an error for this. So run it and it will be a reference error. So seeing it is showing that it is a reference error, cannot access X before initialization. So here in case of let, initialization is required please. So keep in mind, initialization is must. It will be what it is showing when you will use it like this. So it's going to show you a reference error. Reference error. While in case of where, that was showing you an error, and that was showing you undefined. So the variable was variable could not be defined, but that was not an error please. That was not an error. Variable was undefined to the memory area, and that's why it's not accessible, undefined. So now next is, after this we will move to const. So what is const? Const is the block label again. Again it will be having a similar kind of scope as let was there. Like means it is available within loop block and either in the if else block. Then it does not allow neither redeclaration nor reassignment. It has no initialize. It has to initialize. It has to initialize while declaration. So you will have to keep in mind two things. Whenever you are using any variable with const, you will have to initialize it also. If you do not initialize, then you are going to get the error. And it is again similar, it can also be hoisted, but again the code will move up and the reference error will come up if you do not do that. So again, let us go back to VS Code. This time we will make a program, const example, const ex, const example, and here I will write const ex. Now when I have done this, see again I'll do the same thing. I'll remove this for the timing, remove this code, comment it, and here instead of let, now go with the const. So I'll write const and I'll do it like this. When I'll do like this and I'll use it, see what we are going to get from it. This program is going to show you some error. So when you are using a variable with const, that means you have to initialize it. So you have not done that here. So when you are not doing, you will be getting an error for this. So you have seen the error, and that error is coming up as missing initializer in const declaration. So you have to declare it. So one thing you will have to keep in mind. So again I'll do it here 5. So now my variable will work perfectly, and when I'll run it, see the output. It has shown u5. Now I'll do one more thing. I'll redeclare it, because as per property we will be doing same thing. So here it will again show you, redeclaration of variable is not allowed kind of thing will be coming up. So let us go here and run the program. Seeing it has redeclaration is not allowed, assignment to the constant variable is not. Now I have done this one. So when I will write it again with the const, so what it will const, again I am rewriting and I will run this program. So what I get from it, run it and see here output. It is showing you error. So means here variable cannot be redeclared. Now x has already been declared. Now one more thing beside this, I will do one more thing here. Now remove this, and when it, as it is also having the same hoisting property, so it will be hoisted up, it will be moved up. So when it is moving up, when I'll run this program, see it will also show you some error. That error is again, it is a reference error, cannot access x before initialization. So before initialization it's a reference error in case of const and let both, and while in case of varchar, that is in case of var, that is not there. So it will be accepted like this. So now let us go back and see. So this is all about these variables. So you will have to keep in mind about their scope, existence, and the accessibility, and about the operation property. So I hope this will clear your doubts about these three variables, three keywords, through three keywords, the variable initialization. So thank you very much for seeing this, please.